Good evening and welcome to the Pownal Board of Directors meeting for this Wednesday, January 18th. Our opening on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance, so if we would stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And tonight we have a presentation by the second grade math strategies. There's Mrs. Duplicio, Mrs. Hunt, and Ms. Conway. Welcome. Mrs. Hunt.
So we've been working with Mrs. Conway. She comes in about every Wednesday. We have done math stories. The students were given a math sentence. They had to come up with their own word problem and then the strategy to solve that. So they're going to share their work with you. And what you have in front of you is the Common Core standards that these math strategies and stories align to.
This is a page that's printed out of the SVSU Mathematics Standards. It's the second grade document, and it's housed on the curriculum page on the SVSU website, and it's accessible to the general public.
And as well as the SVSU Grade 2 Math Vocabulary is available. So if you'd like a copy, any parents, I'd be happy to make sure you get a copy. It's okay. Logan will start.
And this is a copy of Logan's. Go ahead, Logan.
Blank plus 6 equals 80. There are some kids in 3rd and 2nd grade. 6 more students came into school. Now there are 80 students in 2nd and 3rd grade. How many students were there at first?
Logan, you want to share how you solved that? So Logan's work is in front of you with a number line strategy. And then, Scarlett, do you want to go ahead and read yours?
You want me to go read?
Do you want me to read it with you?
You sure? You worked so hard.
Want me to open it up for you?
Caleb has 18 dogs. He got some more. He has 26 dogs. How many did he get?
Now, how did you do yours?
I used a number line.
And she used a number line also.
Second, Cameron, let me get yours passed out and then we'll have to read. All right, Cameron.
18 plus some number equals 26. There were 18 birds at the park. Some more birds came to the park. Now there are 26 birds at the park. How many birds came to the park?
Would you share your strategy that you used?
Can you tell them that?
Break apart.
So when we did the part, she got to her, from 26, she went back to a friendly 10 of 20, so she took 6 out of the 18, and then subtracted 12 from the 20. And we're up to Andrew. Second, Andrew, let me get you.
57 plus 4. Andy had 57 quarters in a cup. AJ puts 4 more in. How many quarters are in the cup now?
You want to tell them how you did what you did?
I made a friendly 10 by breaking apart.
Move back from 57 up to 60, breaking apart the 4. And Zachary?
I had 32 feet and I shot 5 of them. How many feet do I have now?
All right, so Zach, want to share how you did that? Zachary used the method of quick pictures.
Okay, Toby's up.
I took the, okay,
Start right here, 32.
32 minus 5. 32 ponies are in the field. 5 flew away. How many ponies in the ponies in the field now? I took the 5 and broke it apart to make 2 plus 3. Then I took 2 away from 32. Then I knew 30 minus 3 equals 27.
And Madison.
I'll tell you. I broke apart.
"74 plus 6 equals 80. I had some deer in the field. Then 6 more deer came. How many deer did I see before 6 came?"
You want to share what you did?
Part whole.
Thank you.
You know,
Before you guys leave, I'm sure we all want to comment. I get to see this every day, but I'm so impressed. Great math strategies. I hear the friendly tens. I hear the break apart. I hear some part whole. Mrs. Conway, second grade. I can't. Awesome job. Thank
I
you,
want to
parents.
point out to the school board that these are not all result unknown problems. One of the standards of the core are unknowns in all positions with a start unknown or a change unknown, and the children demonstrated that very, very nicely.
Yes, they did.
well, kudos to each and every one of you because I am totally impressed. You did a marvelous job.
Now the school board gets a problem, right? Is that right, Mrs. Conway? Okay.
Can the second graders help us?
Yeah, they're gonna have to help, yeah.
Exactly.
Very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all your effort. I love the designing, the artist, everything. You guys did a great job. Thanks for showing us.
Thank you for coming here tonight and sharing with
Yeah.
us. So
Yes,
otherwise,
it
we
is.
wouldn't see this. So I know it's not easy to come and stand up in front of a group of adults and show us your work. So I'm really glad that you did that. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And parents, thank you for your support, bringing them out tonight. Great job. They did awesome. I'm singing for a golden paw tomorrow, guys.
You could have only studied all new math. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Okay. Next in line is our public comments. Okay. So moving right along, we'll go to our action items. The treasurer's report for December is enclosed. Is there any questions on those? If not, we'll have entertain a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
So moved.
Right, motion's been made and
Second.
Okay, all those in favor signify by raising your hand. Okay, it's unanimous. All right. The second one is the, to accept the Lowe's Grant Award with the PTG matching funds.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion been made, second. Is there any questions on it? Would you like
I
to?
would like to just comment in a discussion piece here. As you remember, I applied for the Lowe's grant. That was a $5,000 award, and then the PTG was to match that with $2,500. So we have $7,500, and that would go to outdoor classrooms. So I was looking at pieces that would fit art, music, and theater. So those were the things that were in the grant that we're moving forward to, and that's what the Lowe's accepted.
What
and
does
gave us
that
the
mean,
grant.
outdoor classrooms?
We're going to have an art easel,
Yeah.
and these are all weather resistant, weatherproof. An art easel, and we're going to have a huge xylophone for the kids. So art, music, and the theater piece was we were going to build an outdoor stage, but I'm looking at science tables instead of that outdoor stage. Discovery tables, and they're all composite, and they're all weather resistant. So those are the things that we're going to move forward to purchase for our
So they
playground.
could go out and do experiments outside and have more tables on. That's
Yep.
nice.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
All right, so motion been made and seconded. It's been discussed. All those in favor signify by raising your hand. It's unanimous. Thank you for applying for that.
You're welcome.
I'm glad you received it. All right, we have the consent agenda.
So moved.
You have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the consent agenda? I did have questions, but I think I better just save them for central office. Okay, all those in favor of the consent agenda? All right, it's unanimous. Oh, darn it, we have no policies?
No, we didn't have a meeting.
Okay, I knew that. Facilities update? Do we have
I
one?
don't think we had anything.
We don't have anything for,
Carry over from last month.
all right, so we'll go right down to our superintendent's report.
Good evening. A couple things I wanted to share with you. I mean, I don't know if we have it on, negotiations are ongoing. You know that well. The other thing I want to talk about is Act 46. There was a meeting scheduled for tomorrow night. There was scheduled for last Thursday night, thank you. That was canceled because of the conflict with so many budget meetings. So the next meeting for Act 46 is February 2nd, and we will have an updated draft of what articles of agreement would look like. Yesterday I attended the State Board of Education meeting, the January meeting up in Barry. If you recall, our original goal with the Act 46 was if we were in agreement with articles and a proposal, it was going to be for this meeting in January, which was yesterday. I sat through the presentation by two other supervisory unions just to bring myself familiar with the process of how it is presented to the board in case we ever do reach that point. I'm hearing a lot of rumors, but nothing definitive yet of what the legislature might do with Act 46. One consistent bit of information that I'm hearing is possible extension of deadlines. So, but nothing, it's still too early in the session to hear that. A couple of the goals that were given to me as superintendent this year by the SU is safety planning for all the schools, so that we're all in a consistent document. So that Pownal is one. I know the principal has been working with the office of Renee's office, and almost all the schools have completed now a draft document that really outlines and identifies everyone in a particular type of incident. So we have numbers and names all in the same format throughout all the schools. The next step then will be to meet with local emergency management for all the schools and get their involved, their review of it. Some
Is that-
schools have already done
Is
this.
that for evacuation reasons?
It would be everything from evacuation, it could be what happens if there's a flood, what happens if there's a power outage, what if, you know, all kinds of
Oh,
emergency
okay.
planning, and identify all this in one location, and all in a similar format throughout all the schools, so that someone from outside, if they were responding, they'd be familiar with our documents. And creating evacuation plans and identifying them. One of the key things that needs to be identified and then publicized is if we did evacuate, like what is the parent pickup point in a type of in a crisis? And, so that's making progress. I have a follow-up meeting on that Friday at 10:30. The other is the automation of the HR department. When someone puts in a request for a personal day or a vacation day, we still handle a lot of physical pieces of paper. So the goal is to make that, and if you work in a bigger corporation, I'm sure you know that that's done electronically. Our purchasing is all done that way, but our request for time off is not. So the HR department and the technology department have been working together to formalize that process, so that like a request for personal day will electronically come to me and I can go on my computer and approve it. It's not just to eliminate paper, but the tracking of it, so then if it's already in electronic format, the HR department can easily assign, you know, the deduction of those benefits. We did a beta test of that last week, HR, so the requests are now coming to me electronically. When I approve them, I'm still not 100% sure where they go, so. But there seems to still be a glitch in the process, not determined yet whether it is in the software that we're using or in our own system. But I'm still dedicated to make sure that this happens. So
Well, it sounds like it's gonna make it easier. all
yeah,
around.
it'll make it easier,
Quicker.
and it'll make more accurate reporting. And just like we have an employee portal, so you can go on and you can print out another copy of your W-2 or something. You should. I know that I can go on and see, how many vacation days I've used and how many personal days, but we want to be able to request them that way too, not just track them, and it'll make, an employee can easily find out what benefit they have left, and HR can easily track what has been used accurately. That really is the ultimate goal. So it's a big project. It's not without, because there are a lot of employees out there to be handling pieces of paper. Personal days, just as an example, I only see the personal days that have been referred to me because they bump up against one or two of the restrictions. Personal days cannot be used before a holiday or vacation period by teachers, and they can't be used in the last 2 weeks of the school year. So on that form, the principal, it first goes to the principal, they check, referred to the superintendent, it comes to me. Then I go through HR records to see if I'm seeing a pattern develop, like, this same person is always requesting a Friday off before a school vacation week or something like that. And I usually grant it if there is a valid reason for why they have it, and I don't see a pattern has developed or anything like that. And putting it in electronically, it'll be a lot easier to look at and see if patterns of use are developing.
Well, it sounds good. It sounds like it's gonna be awfully useful to you and.
Yeah, we have a lot of good people in HR and in technology who are working to make it happen. One of the things that I asked for, but is that I would get an email alert when somebody's put in a request. It sounds like a simple request, but the debate is on is whether I really want that, because I said, Jimmy, there's
So many.
yeah.
You could be getting alerts,
Yeah, they go, you think you get too many emails
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Just, so then I would have to then develop a process within my own office of when I go on, like, okay, every day at 8 o'clock I go on and approve, and maybe once, because I don't want to constantly be doing it, but I also don't want to leave it on there too long, someone waiting for their approval. Yeah, the other restriction on personal days that I would see is they're supposed to give 3 days notice on that request, so it'll get referred to me by the principal if it's less than 3 days, under 3 days.
Another beat.
Yeah, yeah. So I I've kind of backed down on that. I want to get the email alert, because I mean, I get so many emails right now. Yeah, that would
The
just,
number of people that are
yeah,
employed.
that would tell me that there's
I personally probably wouldn't want to be.
something waiting for my approval, right?
You'd be hearing beeps in your sleep.
I already do that, get that for like grant approval. I do get email alerts from grant team on grant approval, but that's not as frequent as this would be.
Yeah. Oh, very good. All right, so we're down to you, sir.
Sure, just a few things. This Friday, we have an in-service, and the focus of the day is technology integration. We have a team of teachers here that's been working with Frank Barnes and Ruben Pentadura. And that team consists of Becky Giganto, our library media specialist, Taylor Robertson, third grade teacher, Bonnie Strange, fourth grade teacher, and Caitlin Hunt, fifth grade teacher. And those are the teachers that have been going to training, coming back, and they're sharing on Friday some of the fabulous things that they're learning to integrate technology in the classroom. So that's the focus of Friday. And then on February 8th, that's more of an in-service to take a look at our data analysis as far as, okay, we're kind of going toward mid-year now. We kind of dipstick as far as the MAPS testing and the Fast Bridge and seeing where we are en route to our end of the year goal. So it's a day that we really kind of analyze data and take a look at, are we moving in that right direction? So that's another great day. And then a fun day coming up, as each year we have basket bingo here at Pownal School, and this year it'll be held right before our break. It's Friday, February 17th at 5 o'clock. So that's a good time for families right before vacation week. And I think that's it.
The Friday before school vacation.
It's well attended. We have a gym full of folks wanting to win those baskets.
Who puts the baskets together?
There's a sign up, and each grade level picks a certain theme. Just say third grade might pick an ice cream basket, so the kids bring in something to donate in that basket, and they're put together by a group of folks, and those baskets are auctioned up, well, not auctioned off, but the bingo is that evening. And we do have a couple baskets that are grade level specific, like our sixth grade over here. They're going to have a Valentine basket that's a raffle and a cord of wood, and it's going to be delivered as part of that basket.
Wow.
So those of you that have
I
wood
want that one.
burners.
So then, some of those baskets have significant
They
dollar
do.
value to them. yeah.
And there's, you know, we have families that work at businesses that donate gift cards in those baskets. So it's a great night for families.
Yeah, sounds excellent.
All on donations.
It brings in a lot of people. Yeah.
PTG is running that, our PTG.
Oh, good. I think at some point, this board probably would like to invite the PTG in and meet them.
Yep.
They've changed over the years, so I think it would be nice. But we'll wait until May.
Okay, sounds good.
All
That's
right.
it, I think.
Our next meeting is going to be February 15th. We actually, the board, with the major help of our business manager, Renee, we passed our budget the other night. And what we did was, in the end result versus eliminating a teacher that we really, the whole board decided that was not a very good idea, we reduced our contingency by $75,000, and that brought our budget down to, I think it was 3.6 or 3.8% increase. And the board was very pleased with that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Does anybody want to add anything to that? It's always a challenge when you're working on the budget, because number one, the board's idea is not to lose anything that's going to hurt the education of the children, and yet on the same note, we have to be mindful of our taxpayers in the town of Pownal. So it's like a juggling act. But Renee, we want to thank you for all that you've done to help us get through this budget season. All right, we have the budget status report, And we have the student enrollment for January. Is there any other business to come before the board?
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right, motion's been made, have a second?
Second.
All right. I do want to tell you that we have some board members that are, their terms are up, and we're hoping that they get their papers in, because as the board sits now, as the chair, from my perspective, we have a great bunch of board members that are team players, and we're hoping that the ones that their terms are up, they will consider another year, because we just have so much fun at this board. We have a great superintendent and a wonderful principal to work with, so. With that, I will say thank you for attending the board meeting. Thank you, Mike, for recording it.